Hi, I'm Logan from sleepopolis.com, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Sealy Hybrid Performance Mattress. Now the Sealy Hybrid line has three different levels. There's the Sealy Hybrid Essentials, Performance, and Premium mattresses. I've already taken a look at the Sealy Hybrid Essentials and Premium mattresses, and I'm going to link to those reviews in the description below. I do also want to point out that in the Performance model, there are two different models. There's the Copper II and the Kelburn II that we're going to take a look at today. These mattresses have slightly different constructions leading to different feels. We're going to cover all that during the review. We're also going to put both mattresses through a couple different tests and give some general recommendations at the end of the review. But if you are interested in a personal recommendation, please feel free to leave a note in the comment section below with some information about yourself, some of your sleep preferences, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Now, I'm going to start the review off with the construction portion. We're going to begin with the cover, which is the same for both the Copper II and the Kelburn II model of the Hybrid Performance mattress. It is a knit, what they call high loft cover. It's very stretchy. Now that high loft means it has kind of some softness to it. It's a little thickness, making it feel kind of cozy. Now, one of the big things that Sealy promotes about this cover is that it is moisture wicking, which is going to help kind of get moisture away from your body. It's going to help with temperature regulation and cooling throughout the night. So now let's get a look underneath the cover at the layers of the mattress. Now, as the name suggests, the Sealy Hybrid Performance mattress is a hybrid mattress, meaning it is a mix of foam and coil layers. Now we're going to take a look at the Copper II version of this first, and the foam layers are actually up here on top where you see the gray portion of the cover. Now there are 3 layers of foam within there. On top we have 1.5 inches of gel memory foam. Now gel memory foam is going to allow you to sink in. It's going to provide you that contouring feeling for pressure relief. Now, memory foam can at times be known for trapping a bit too much body heat, causing you to overheat during the middle of the night. So they use a gel infusion, which is going to help to draw that heat away from the sleeper, help you sleep a little bit cooler. Now below that layer we have what they call their Comfort Sense foam. It's 2 inches thick, it's pretty soft. It's just going to allow you to sink even further into the mattress, provide a little bit more pressure relief, which should be good for something like a side sleeper or something like that. And below that there is 1 inch of their support foam. This is a little bit firmer. It's kind of a transition layer. It's going to take you from those softer foams on top, the gel memory foam, the Comfort Sense foam, and transition you into the firm support of this pocketed coil support layer here. Now these pocketed coils are really bouncy. They're going to give you some good support, and they are zoned, so there's going to be more coils in the middle of the mattress, kind of where your hips are going to fall, which tend to be kind of the heavier portion of your body, give you a little bit extra support there. There's also special edge support coils that wrap around the entirety of the outside of the mattress, which is going to help you sleep further towards the edge of the mattress, which is nice. If you have, you sleep with a partner, you need to use the entire surface area of the mattress, make the bed feel a little bit bigger. Something else that's nice about pocketed coils is that they are individually wrapped, so they tend to be a bit better at motion isolation than a traditional inner spring mattress. Now there is 1 inch of high density polyfoam at the base of the mattress. That doesn't really affect the feel. It's mostly just as a base, something for those pocketed coils to press off of. And now it might be hard to tell because the cover is exactly the same, but we are taking a look at the construction of the Kelburn II version of the Sealy Hybrid Performance mattress. Now the comfort layer on this one is also 1.5 inches of gel memory foam. So again, that sinking in feeling for pressure relief, that slow response to pressure, going to give you that contouring. Below that, again, 2 inches of Sealy Comfort Sense foam. It's soft, allowing you to sink in even further for pressure relief. Now the difference comes in this transition layer, which on the Copper II we were taking a look at just a second ago is support foam, more transitioning from those softer foams into the firmer support of the pocketed coil system. The difference is that on this mattress, it is another 1 inch of super soft foam, so you're going to be able to sink even further into the mattress. It's going to have a much softer feel, maybe not a much softer feel, but definitely a softer feel than the Copper II version. And again, we have the pocketed coil system for support, the same edge support, the zone support. Something I did want to point out about pocketed coil systems such as this that is really nice is that it creates airspace in the mattress, both the Copper II as well as the Kelburn II, which is going to help kind of allow airflow through it, which is going to help keep the mattress a little bit cooler, for temperature regulation and cooling. So that is the construction of the Kelburn II version. It's pretty close to the Copper II version with a slight difference in that transition layer, making the mattress feel a bit softer. Now that we've seen what makes up these mattresses, it's time to get an idea for the feel and firmness of them. So I'm going to start on the Copper II. Now I do want to point out that I am on the firm version of the Copper 2. It does come in a plusher version, which you can expect to be a bit softer. Now when I press into the mattress, that first thing I feel is the memory foam. It allows me to sink in. I can feel it kind of contouring around my hands. Now it is a pretty soft feel. I have found with these Sealy hybrid mattresses that they are a little bit softer than what they say they are. So the firm version is kind of, in my opinion, like in that 6 to 6.5 out of 10 range on the firmness scale. So kind of that medium firmness, good mix of support and pressure relief, allowing you to sink in for that pressure relief. So I'm gonna lie down on my back. Now, as I'm lying on my back, I do feel like I'm sinking into the mattress. There is, about 4.5, 5 inches of foam. It's pretty soft on top before you get into the pocketed coil support. So the gel memory foam, that comfort sense foam, it's allowing me to sink in, filling in the space between my lower back. Even with that, I don't feel really stuck in this mattress, which is good. Sometimes with memory foam, it can be a little slow moving. You can get a little stuck. So let's check over here on the edge for edge support. If you do sleep with a partner, you need to use the entire surface area of the bed. It's nice that you can sleep all the way over here on the side without worrying about collapsing the side of the bed, rolling out, anything like that, or feeling insecure. And they do have the edge support in the pocketed coil support system, specifically made to support the edge on these Sealy hybrid mattresses. I feel really well supported over here. I don't feel like I'm gonna slide out of the bed or anything like that. So definitely a plus for the Copper 2 Sealy hybrid performance. So I'm gonna roll onto my side. Side sleepers do tend to prefer softer mattresses because of that increased weight concentration or surface area. It pushes you further into the mattress, causing your shoulders and your hips especially to interact with more of the support sections of the mattress, which can cause pressure points to form. We're going to take a closer look at pressure later on in the review, but I did want to point out that even though this is technically the firm version of the Copper 2 version of this mattress, I do feel like it is still in that medium range. So with the 4.5, 5 inches of foam that are on top, I'm able to sink in really far without feeling the formation of pressure points, my shoulders, my hips. So I would say that this is pretty good results for a side sleeper. So I'm gonna roll onto my stomach. Stomach sleepers are kind of the opposite of side sleepers, tending to prefer firmer mattresses, keep your hips from sinking in, keep your spine aligned in a good position. Again, in my opinion, this is kind of that 6 out of 10 range on the firmness scale. So I do feel my hips sinking in a tiny bit because of that soft foam on top. I did feel like the Sealy Hybrid Essentials was a little bit firmer, so it did a better job keeping my hips up, my spine aligned in a good position. But that is just kind of my opinion on the firmness of this mattress. But because of different sizes and weight distributions, everyone can feel firmness just a little bit differently. So for reference, I'm about 5'10", 190 pounds. And if you would like a wider variety of opinions on the firmness of this mattress or a more detailed description on the feel of it, you can check out the written review at sleepopolis.com. All right, now we're talking about the feel and firmness on the Kelburn II version of the Sealy Hybrid Performance. Again, pushing into the cover. In my opinion, this is a much softer mattress. I would say 5, 5.5 out of 10 on the firmness scale. So definitely gonna be more recommended for side sleepers, stuff like that. Can feel kind of a slow response to pressure from that memory foam on top, so you're gonna feel some contouring. So I'm gonna lie on my back here. Even with my weight evenly distributed, I can feel my hips kind of sinking in. This is definitely one of the more heavy portions of my body. It does fill in the space beneath my lower back, which is nice. And as I kind of roll around and change positions, I do feel that slower response to pressure from this soft foams. Now as I get over here towards the edge of the bed, again, still see that really strong edge support from the pocketed coil system on the Sealy Hybrid Performance line. So no change there between the Copper 2 or the Kelburn II. Still really strong for couples in terms of sleeping all the way to the edge of the bed. So as I roll here on my side, again, as I mentioned before, side sleepers tend to prefer softer mattresses. And in my opinion, this is definitely a softer mattress. I'm really sinking into the mattress here. I would definitely say that this is a strong performance for side sleepers. I don't feel pressure forming at my shoulders and my hips. But again, we are going to take a closer look at that later in the review. So I'm going to roll onto my stomach. So much like the Copper 2, again, I did feel my hips sinking into this mattress. The Kelburn II even allowed my hips to sink further into the mattress than on the Copper II. So again, I did feel like this mattress, maybe not the best choice for a stomach sleeper. I would say maybe if you're looking at the Sealy Hybrid line, the Essentials mattress was a bit firmer, did a good job keeping my hips from sinking into the mattress, keeping my spine in a good position. And again, that is just my opinion because of my opinion of the firmness. So if you would like a wider variety of opinions on the firmness of this mattress or the Copper II, go check out the written review at sleepopolis.com. Instead of just describing the feel of the Sealy Hybrid Performance mattresses to you, I wanted to give you a visual representation of where pressure points might form while lying on the mattress. So to do that, I've placed this pressure map on top. I'm gonna lie down on top of it in a few different positions. So you see the results next to me, ranging from blue for low pressure to red for high pressure. I do want to point out that I am gonna start on the Copper II mattress, but we do the same test for the Kelburn II right after. All right, now we're going to check out the pressure map on the Kelburn II version of the Sealy Hybrid Performance mattress. Now I wanted to give you a quick idea of the bounce on the Sealy Hybrid Performance mattresses. So this 10-pound steel ball, and I'm gonna drop it here. Now I'm on the Copper II to start. It's a little bit of bounce, honestly not too much. That memory foam on top is a slow response to pressure, so that's gonna slow that down. The pocketed coil system is also gonna provide a little bit extra bounce, so it kind of balances out between the two, but I would say that it's not really a bouncy mattress. I also did this test on the Kelburn II mattress. It's even less bounce in my opinion on that, but it's not too different really. Now, while we're here, also gonna run a quick motion transfer test. And basically I ran this test of a seismometer on one side of the mattress where someone might be sleeping, and I dropped the same ball from heights of 4, 8, and 12 inches. Now these drops act to kind of simulate someone rolling around in the middle of the night or getting into and out of bed. And these are what the drops look like here. Now, I ran this test on both the Copper II as well as the Kelburn II mattress, and we're gonna put the results up on screen now. Now, in my opinion, both of these mattresses are pretty good at isolating motion transfer. The memory foam in the comfort layer does a good job of kind of dampening that, as well as the pocketed coil system below, because they are individually wrapped, which I mentioned before, does a pretty good job of kind of making sure that motion isn't transferred across the mattress. I'd say both mattresses do a really strong job at isolating motion transfer. You know, maybe a little bit more is transferred on the Kelburn II on that 12 drop, but that's really not perceptible when in practice. So overall, good response on this test for both versions of this mattress. A lot of people buying a mattress are gonna know if they're gonna feel like they're sitting on top of or sinking into bed. So to test this, I've set up the SINKAGE test, which we use 4 balls of varying sizes, weights, and densities, simulate different body parts, and check to see how far into the mattress they sink. Now we're gonna start this test on the Copper II version of the Sealy Hybrid Performance. We have on the end a 6-pound medicine ball. It's filled with sand, simulates kind of a lighter body part, sinks into the mattress just over an inch. Then we have the 10-pound steel ball. It's the densest ball used during this test. I found that it sinks into the Copper II 2 inches. This 50-pound medicine ball, it's filled with sand, simulates kind of a heavier body part, sinks into the Copper II 4 inches. And right here we have this 100-pound medicine ball. It's filled with sand. If you're a bit bigger, simulates kind of the center of your body. I found that it sinks into the Copper II just over 5 inches. Now in terms of comparing that to other mattresses, it's a little bit above average for the 6-pound medicine ball because that memory foam. You're really gonna sink into there. The lighter body parts gonna sink in a little bit further into the mattress there, but with the 100-pound medicine ball, it's actually below average. Average is about 6 inches. So what's happening is you're kind of getting that support system. So if you are a bit heavier, you're gonna sink through those softer layers on top, get to that support system, do a good job of keeping your hips up, spinal line in a good position. So that's kind of where I see that medium firmness. What that means in terms of feel, I think you're gonna sink into this mattress for sure, feel more into it than on top, but you will be able to move around and change positions pretty easily. All right, now we have the SINKAGE test set up on the Kelburn II version of the mattress. Again, we have the 6, 10, 50, and 100-pound medicine balls. Now on the 6-pound medicine ball, it's 1.5 inches of SINKAGE, 10-pound, 2.5 inches of SINKAGE, 50 pounds, 4.5 inches of SINKAGE, and over here on the 100-pound, it is 6 inches of SINKAGE. Now across the board, that is deeper SINKAGE than on the Copper 2 version of this mattress. I would say it's above average SINKAGE for the 6, 10, and 50-pound medicine ball compared to kind of the average of what I see when I test this against other mattresses. Now again, I do feel that this mattress is on the softer side. You're definitely gonna feel like you're sinking more into the mattress, which can be great for pressure relief, for side sleepers, but you do wanna be careful of it. If you are a bit on the heavier side, you're definitely gonna feel like you're sinking into this mattress. You're gonna start to interact with those pocketed coils, which are firmer and can cause you to feel kind of pressure points forming if you do sink that far into the mattress. So again, in terms of feeling, you are going to feel pressure relief from those softer layers of foam on top. You're definitely going to feel like you're sinking into the Kelburn II. Just to give you some basic information about the Sealy hybrid line, Sealy does not sell these mattresses directly to consumers, but you can find them at places like Sears. Now Sears offers a 180-day trial period. You just have to try it for 30 days first, and then you can return it if you don't like the feel. There's also a 10-year warranty on these mattresses, and Sears offers free shipping for all mattresses over $599. Now, some of the reasons I would say the Sealy Hybrid Performance line would be good for you. I found both the Copper 2 and Kelburn 2 were good for couples because of their strong performance on the motion transfer portion of the review, as well as their strong edge support, which are 2 tests that I point to as why you might like a mattress for couples. Now, I would also say that if you like the feel of memory foam, but are a little worried about overheating, both these mattresses have that nice gel memory foam, so you're gonna sink in for pressure relief, but the gel kind of dissipates that body heat, draws it away from the sleeper, help you sleep a little bit cooler. Now, to differentiate between the 2 performance mattresses we took a look at today, I would say the Copper 2 is probably a bit better for combo sleepers. I felt good support while lying on my back, comfort while lying on my side, and I was able to change positions pretty easily. I would say the Kelburn 2 is a little bit better if you're looking for a really soft mattress. I found the Kelburn 2 that I tested today to be the softest in the Sealy hybrid line that I've tested. Now, some of the reasons I would say these mattresses might not be for you is if you're a stomach sleeper. I found them both to be pretty soft. If you're a stomach sleeper, you probably want to look for something a little bit firmer. The Sealy Hybrid Essentials was actually pretty nice for stomach sleepers, in my opinion. And also, in general, if you don't like the feeling of kind of sinking into the mattress, the Sealy hybrid line is probably not for you. It uses a memory foam comfort layer in all of the models, so you might want to take a look at something like a latex mattress, something that's going to help you feel a little bit more on top of the mattress. Now, those are some general recommendations, but if you are interested in a personal recommendation, please remember to leave a comment below with some information about yourself and some of your sleep preferences. I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, if your mattress buying search has just begun, please Google Sleepopolis and Mattress Buying Guide. It's going to have a ton of information in there that's going to help you better understand what you should be looking for in a perfect mattress for you. And please subscribe to the Sleepopolis YouTube channel, as I'm going to keep putting out more content that's going to help you get a better night's sleep. So that's it for the review today. I hope it was helpful. Have a nice day.